Hello, this is Indigo Owl coming to you with live guidance from London, UK. Very rainy London right now. I was in the garden not long ago when there was just a few little drops of rain and it was beautiful out there. Now is quite a lot of rain, so was a good time for me to come back inside and start your guidance. Now, I know if you follow my weekly guidance, I'm sure you've noticed I've had a bit of a gap. I have started a new job that did take up all of my free energy that wasn't already taken up by my other work, just to settle in and make sure I do a good job. I like to do my work properly. It means a lot to me, especially because I work with people and I also work with children. But I'm back and I'm very excited to start this week's guidance. I will start from tomorrow, which will be Saturday the 26th of June, and it will go all the way until next week Friday, which should be the 2nd of July. Now, some of you that are Cancerians like me have maybe just had your birthday or have your birthday coming up in the next few weeks. So if you do, I hope you are looking forward to it. There's a saying that the last 6 weeks before your birthday, you have a chance to learn all the lessons from the year that you haven't learned yet or haven't finished learning yet, so you don't take them into the next year. I've definitely been focusing on doing that. I'm all for leaving lessons behind and maybe starting new ones. So we're going to do 2 tarot cards for each day again. I really, really like doing it that way. I love using two very different tarot decks together. We're also going to have, I've got out 3 different oracle decks. So we will have a message of hope. And we're also going to have 2 theme cards. And then we're going to have the Romance Angels pick a card at the end. So, and we will also see all of our decoration. I'm just reaching over here to get my message of hope stone for later. All of our decoration today is white. We have the unicorns, we have the white starfish shape with the white candle, and we have this beautiful white selenite. As usual, my white background. So the color white can be really useful at times where we're striving towards purification and cleansing. So this is a good time to ask archangels to come in to help you cleanse. There's been a lot of energy that has been helping us purge negative energy or challenging experiences and leaving them behind. So after a period like that, it can be really, really refreshing to focus on completely, it's almost like a complete reset of your energy. It's like wiping the slate clean, starting again with a blank surface. So the white artifacts I've used today are inviting in the kind of the white light in order to help us do that. So we're going to start with the tarot cards for each of the weekdays. So we've got the Good Tarot here, and we've got the Spiral Tarot that I've been using for, must be coming up to 20 years now. I love the Spiral Tarot. I love that it's based on the concept of life being like a spiral. Here we go. Just going to make some space here. I know you can't see, but I've got all the other card decks lined up in front of me. So we're going to have a good shuffle I can really hear the rain coming down now. It sounds so beautiful. I've just got my back door open so I can really hear it. Oh, we've got some cards fell out. That's too many cards for me to keep. Oh no, Spirit is saying keep these cards. Fair enough. Okay, these are the first 4 cards that we're going to use for this reading. I'm going to shuffle before I draw the other 3. Oh, another one for that. Oh, I'm really not getting to draw the cards today. They're just jumping when they're ready. Perfect. Even better when the cards make themselves known in that way. That means a lot of spirit is already here. Oh, that one definitely is already here helping us. Not just pick the right cards, but also bring through the right messages on my part, and also receive the messages in a very open way. That's part of the reading. There's obviously on my part I'm channeling the messages for you, but on your part it's also important that you do your side of it, that you open yourself up to the messages, that you feel into yourself to see which messages or parts of messages resonate for you, and maybe also which parts don't. Not all of what I'm going to bring through in this guidance will apply to all of you. Okay, these cards need a lot more shuffling. That's very interesting. I haven't used these for a bit longer. The Good Tarot I've used a few times recently, so for some reason that was more ready to go. Okay, well, this is ready now as well. So we're going to take the same number of cards from this Spiral Tarot. And I do realise that as I haven't done the weekly readings for I think a good couple of months, Facebook probably hasn't told any of you. There's probably been no notification that I've gone live. It's a bit of a shame. Facebook isn't supporting me today, but I'm sure you will find my guidance later on when it's the right time for you to receive it. So let's have a look. So we've got here Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let's have a look at tomorrow, which will be Saturday, the 26th of June. Already coming to the end of June. We've got the Emperor. With the beautiful lion. So the Emperor is one of the major arcana with the number 4. It very much is a card of being in charge of your own life, or a card telling you to take charge of your own life. It's a card of stability, and a card of authority, I guess the word is. The card that has come with it, now those two make an interesting couple. The card that has come with it is the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is a card from the Suit of Swords, one of the suits of the Minor Arcana, which is to do with the mind, thinking and logic, and the element of air. Now, the story of the Queen of Swords is a woman whose husband has passed away, and she's grieving, but she's also aware that she now has to defend the estate all by herself, and she's picked up her sword to show how strong she is, just in case someone tries to take advantage of her during this challenging time. So the message that can come with the Emperor is that there may be some control issues at play, or there may be some issues with a father figure. So there is the side of the Emperor that is saying, take charge of your life. But there is also the side of it saying, not by trying to control other people. And then the Queen of Swords is a card that says very much that you are more than able to defend yourself. Indeed, to some extent, you've mastered this kind of self-protection, maybe especially around your emotions. But the other side of it is also don't get stuck in that mode, because what the Queen of Swords is doing is she's creating some kind of a barrier between herself and other people in order to have this kind of feeling of emotional safety, which sometimes is very much needed in life. Some people are not safe to be around, or there are times where we are so vulnerable that people can hurt us even when they don't mean to. But both of those cards together, it's interesting, there's this very masculine, this very kind of feminine card. It very much feels like two people who are trying to do the same thing. They're trying to be in control of their own lives, but they're trying to do it in the right way. But maybe there's been some old behavior patterns that they're still a little bit stuck in, that needs to be, I'm going to use that word, purified, because that's what we were talking about earlier. But also they're like a very interesting reflection of each other. And ultimately, you can see that the Emperor also has a sword. His sword isn't raised, but the way he's holding the sword very much gives the impression that if he wanted to, he could kind of just whip it up into the air. So he's also ready to defend himself. Yes, it feels a little bit like those two are mirroring each other, and a bit like he's saying, well, you put your sword down, and she's saying, well, you let go of your sword first. And somehow they need to negotiate a way to kind of maybe slowly but surely disarm themselves a little bit, so they can actually enjoy this very beautiful connection between the two of them that is also there. And maybe it is that very connection that has maybe put both of them on guard a bit. Maybe they've had some challenging experiences in the past. So very interesting for tomorrow, Saturday. If this doesn't resonate for you, as in maybe one of those is you and one of those might be another person in your life that has this kind of dynamic going on at the moment, this could also be an internal battle that is going on between maybe your masculine and your feminine side, or just other parts of yourself that are not really trusting each other that much at the moment, but want to. There is a strong feeling of wanting to move forward and kind of being able to be a bit softer and gentler with each other and a bit more trusting, and kind of enjoy this beautiful connection that's there between the two. Let's have a look at the cards for Monday. Now, I know what this card is because many, many years ago, I was reading cards for someone who had brought their child, a young child, so they didn't actually understand the content of the reading, but they did like to grab all the cards and bent one of them. So I know which card. That's the only one that's bent in this deck, although I didn't, when I drew it, I didn't know it was this one. Let's look at this one first. For Sunday, we have Queen of Earth, and look at this beautiful progression here from the Queen of Swords to the Queen of Earth. Doesn't she look a lot more relaxed and soft? Kind of gentle energy, still strong. Look at her beautiful antlers. How very interesting this card. So the Queen of Earth is somebody who, we've got another queen, to be fair. The Queen of Earth is someone who has found a way to make themselves comfortable in life. Earth, the element of earth in tarot, as in real life, goes with the earthly, practical, material side of life, and more traditionally would be the suit of pentacles, which is also very much related to money. So this is somebody who knows how to, at the very least, make enough money to be comfortable, and enjoy what kind of little luxuries, or maybe big luxuries, life has to offer. The card that has come with it is the Death card. I don't know why I'm surprised. I was just telling you that I know what the card is, but obviously since then I focused on channeling the Queen of Earth, so I forgot what the other card was, and I was surprised again. The Death card. So the Death card in tarot speaks of a major transformation. It doesn't speak of a physical death. It speaks of the death of your old life so that your new life can start. It speaks of a big spiritual rebirth. It is a card that very much comes up at times where if we can let go of what once was, it will be much easier for what will be to come in. If we fight against it, if we refuse to let go, it will still pass. It will just be a bit of a struggle. It will feel a bit more difficult. But what an interesting combination. So something needs to die in your life in order for this Queen of Earth feeling to fully come to the surface. What do you need to let go of in order for this Queen of Earth to manifest? What do you need to let go of to feel more comfortable in your life? And less like you have to defend what's yours. Very interesting. So this has come up for Sunday. So that's 26th, 27th of June already. So this is Monday, which will be the 28th of June. Please don't sue me if I've got the dates wrong. I feel like taking a peek now. I kind of saw something there, but not quite. So very interestingly, for Monday, we have Call or Judgment. Card number 20, or sometimes also called Awakening. So these two cards have got something in common, because this card of major transformation can also speak of a spiritual rebirth, and very much this card can also represent something a little similar. It is the second to last cards of the Major Arcana. The Major Arcana go up to 21, which is the World. The World is the successful completion of a whole level in your life. So the card number 20 comes just before, and it's kind of this pause before you step over the finish line, which is like a big assessment of your whole life so far. It's about really understanding what you've learned, not having learned it, not just having learned it, but also really understanding what it is you've actually learned that has allowed you to reach a successful completion and get ready for the next cycle. And the card we have with it is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is often called the happy homecoming. It shows here symbolically a couple moving in together after they got married. The Four Wands can represent the four walls in a home. This card can very much apply to a relationship, a romantic relationship. It can represent any kind of a deep friendship or other family relationship. It can also represent a work situation, work relationships. If your work is something that you feel very passionate about and the people you work with feel like family in some ways. So again, a beautiful combination. And really, if we're just looking at these kind of from Spiral Tarot, we're going from the Queen of Swords that has maybe got stuck in being a bit over defensive through this major transformation that allows these two people to come together. They very much do trust each other. They've decided to get married and move in together. So there is this is now feeling a bit like this is what's being left behind. And this is what's coming in. But with like there is some work to be done here still, and this big assessment will really help as well with this kind of movement forward. But this feels like this is quite obviously the bit that needs to be let go of. This kind of feeling of being on your guard constantly just in case is exhausting, and like I said earlier, it can prevent deeper connection with people around us that we need, at least sometimes. So this is what needs to go now. Maybe this has gone on long enough. And this is what's coming in. Let's have a look at Tuesday. Should be the 29th of June. I can't believe how quick this month has gone. So for Tuesday, we have the Chariot. I love it because the Chariot is very much a card of movement. And that is what we've been working towards here. So this Charioteer is trying to make this chariot move forward with two different horses, one white and one black, that are pulling in different directions. They can very much represent the yin-yang, the masculine and feminine energy. And it is the job of the charioteer to make those two opposing forces work together. Otherwise, the chariot won't move. It will just be stuck. But the Chariot is very much a card of victory. The Chariot is a card of a mastered challenge. And also the Chariot is linked with the star sign Cancer. And we are in the months of Cancer at the moment. So beautiful card. Very good sign for Tuesday. And the card that's come with it is the Inner Child card. Very, very interesting. So the Princess of Cups. Cups in tarot go with emotions and relationships. And the Princess is kind of a card. It's often called the Inner Child card. It's a card that comes up when the inner child needs attention. When we maybe need to be a bit more gentle with ourselves. Maybe we need a bit more play or creativity in our lives. But also a card where tuning into our inner child can help us. So the inner child somehow has got some insight to offer us to do with this mastering this challenge of moving forward in a good way, I feel like saying. Very, very interesting. So that came for Tuesday. So this is for Wednesday, which must be the last day of June, June the 30th. Let's have a look. And we have another Earth card now, but we have 5 of Earth. Now, 5 of Earth, or 5 of Pentacles in a more traditional deck, is a card that the 5 is kind of halfway. Tarot is set up with everything in tarot is symbolic and everything has purpose. So there is nothing accidental in tarot. And the minor arcana go from 1 to 10. So 5 is halfway there. And it is often when we're halfway through some learning or some development that we encounter the biggest chunk of the challenge of it. Kind of the numbers before the build-up and the numbers after is kind of the breakthrough and the successful completion. So this is kind of the climax where we really look the actual challenge into the eye and maybe we have to look ourselves into the eye and understand what it is that has been stopping us from progressing the way we had hoped. So the 5 of Earth is the card that sometimes comes with a feeling of being left out in life. And the guidance that comes with this card is to focus more on the spiritual side of things at that moment in time. Maybe to get a higher perspective, or maybe to realize where it is that we are not open enough to receive what we want to receive in life, rather than being stuck on this feeling of being left out. But it's come underneath here, which is what we're leaving behind. This is what needs to go. And this is what's coming in, it feels a bit like. The card that's come with it, not surprisingly. And here we've got number 4 and number 4. Yes, I did feel like it's very much connected to this side. And this also was an Earth card. So the 4 of Cups is, and here we've got Cups again. The 4 of Cups is a card that's often called despondency. You can see here this lady has been offered 3 different cups. None of them had what she wanted in it. A 4th cup is being offered, or is going to be offered here in the background, and she hasn't noticed it yet. She's become so despondent, she's no longer looking at what life has to offer her. Now, by all means, if you've been offered cups you don't want, and you get offered more cups and they have the same that you don't want in it, don't take it. This is not saying you've now refused 3 cups, so you must have the 4th one. It's more a message that's saying if life offers you a cup, have a look to see what's in it before you reject it. And interestingly, also we've got the number 4 is doubled up here. So there is a lot, I feel, from the past that is you've definitely started to leave behind, but it's almost like it keeps rearing its last little bit of its ugly head every so often, and you have to kind of get rid of the last little throes of it so that you can fully step into this happy homecoming, because it is there for you. It has already started. You can probably already feel it a lot of the time, and then sometimes suddenly it goes again and you kind of get some of this feeling back, or you want to kind of pick up your sword and say, oh, I can defend myself and I'm not going to be walked all over again. But try to differentiate whether what you're feeling is from what's happening now, or whether it's from an expectation of the past will repeat itself. So we are now entering July. So this must be Thursday, the 1st of July. Let's see what the number 1 day, what lovely energy it will bring. Ha! And we have the sun. Well, I love it. And this beautiful card has sunflowers on it as well, which I'm particularly fond of. So the Sun card in tarot is one of the happiest cards. It's the card, either 1 and 9 becomes a number 1 in numerology, so it totally matches the number 1 day. Literally represents the sun coming out after the night. It represents the light at the end of the tunnel. If you've been going through the dark night of the soul, it very much represents stepping back into the light, feeling happy, feeling satisfied. Very, very good card for the 1st of July. Oh, and we have the Queen of Wands. So we've got 3 queens here on the table. We've got the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Earth, and here my favorite queen, actually, the Queen of Wands. And she's the one who's matching this 4 of Wands, which is actually one of my absolute favorite cards in tarot. The 4 of Wands, that feeling of the happy homecoming is for me is quite unbeatable. But I am a Cancerian, so the home is very important to me. So it makes sense that feeling resonates. So very beautiful combination. The sun, beautiful sun energy. Also the Wands go with the elements of fire, which matches again the sun energy. It's the Wands go with inspiration. The Queen of Wands, she's holding the Ouroboros here, which represents the continuity of time. She's also got sunflowers on her dress, I'm just noticing, and there's sunflowers on here. So these cards are a perfect match. So the Queen of Wands is really about leading life in a spiritual way that also works in a practical way. So the Queen of Wands can represent a beautiful combination between the spiritual and the earthly plane. The Queen of Wands, for example, if she was to run her own business, she would run it with very good ethical guidelines. She would want to make sure she works in a way that is fair to herself and to her customers. But she also won't be taking advantage of. And she also understands that a business needs to make money in order to be a business and in order to survive. She certainly won't be focused just on making money. And she certainly won't make decisions just based on what will bring more profit. She would rather look at what will bring more fulfillment. But she does understand the practical side of running a business as well. So there is a balance there. Very lovely combination for Thursday, the 1st of July. So let's have a look at Friday, the 2nd of July. And now we have a number 10. Perfect. The 10 of fire. So again, that would be the same as wands. The different decks kind of sometimes use different names for the suits. So the 10 of fire, you can see this lady is burning loads of old contracts, and it's almost like by the time we get to Thursday, we've really found our feet in this new energy after passing all these difficult challenges and letting go of things that have been blocking us maybe for a long time, and really getting this lesson about that it's important for us to be open to what life is trying to bring us. Otherwise, we can feel unfulfilled, not because we haven't got opportunities, but because we haven't let them in. And then this is a complete letting go of all these things that have been weighing us down, all these things that have been blocking us from moving forward and really enjoying life and really moving on to a new phase that we are ready for. We have another princess. They've come together here on the side. We have the lovely Princess of Pentacles to go with this. So again, we've got the earth element here. So there is something about this also has a lot of inspirational, spiritual energy with it. And most certainly the soul contracts happen on the spiritual plane rather than the earthly plane, although they can play out on the earthly plane. But here we've got this kind of new energy coming in, this new earthly energy coming in, and this is kind of the very beginning stages. So there's something about the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Earth, this kind of energy that we've left behind that was very unfulfilling, and then the sun comes up and we're stepping into our own, and then we're ready to let go of all these old contracts, all these old beliefs, all these old obstacles, and we can embrace this new earthly energy, and maybe some new pentacles, some new money coming in, or some new money ideas coming in. This is kind of paving the way for all this new stuff to come in. Beautiful. So these are our tarot cards for the week ahead. So we're going to look at let's start with the message of hope. That's what I'm feeling here. For the message of hope, we're going to use the Saints and Angel cards. So if you are, and here's my hope stone, I'm going to shuffle. If you are watching this reading live, or you are watching this reading later on replay, and I will also be uploading this reading on my YouTube channel, Indigo Owl, please do leave me a comment or give me a thumbs up if you are enjoying the reading, if the reading resonates with you. I'd love to see who's watching. If you feel like making a comment, that's always amazing. I'm a curious person. I love to see how one jumped out already. I love to we've got 3 messages of hope here. I love to see how the readings are resonating for you. Let's have a look here. So we've got 3 messages of hope. These 3 cards, which originally I thought was just one card, have jumped out for us. We've got blessings of abundance from the guardian angel. Look at this lady with all this lovely fruit. She's got grapes and oranges and all kinds of delicious things here. So what a beautiful message of hope. And then we've also got retreat, another guardian angel message. Not all the messages in this deck are from your guardian angel, but we've got 2 here. This one is saying retreat. So there's a card saying there's blessings of abundance coming in. And there's also a card saying, and it's got a lovely owl there, there's a card saying you may need to retreat a little bit. So you may even feel that you need to retreat a bit. I feel like these 2 have very similar energy. You can see they look a bit alike. She's just a bit more grown up than this little girl. So you may need to retreat in order for your inner child to be open enough to receive these blessings of abundance. Interesting. And then the 3rd card is Mother Mary. I have been evoking Mother Mary earlier today when I was sitting in the garden when it was just starting to rain. I asked for Mother Mary to come in, so it's lovely for her to have come out as part of our message of hope. And obviously Mother Mary is the one who takes care of the children, and again we've got this inner child card that's come out here. So there is some deep inner child healing possible at this moment in time. We may need to retreat in order to feel safe enough to kind of really open up to our inner child and help our child overcome difficult situations around the blessings of abundance. Maybe there were times where we weren't offered this abundance, these blessings, and maybe there are some old limiting beliefs that are making it difficult for us to receive that. So we may need to retreat a bit in order to be open to Mother Mary coming in and really nurturing our inner children, so that we're open to all these blessings of abundance. What a beautiful what a beautiful trilogy of hope messages. Very, very beautiful. So this is our message of hope. And then maybe if I put it here like this. Yes. And we're going to have two. I don't know how I ended up with so many oracle decks, but they all wanted to come out today. So we are going to draw a card from each and every one of them. We've got here the magical unicorn cards. So I'm going to give these a good shuffle. Now, you know that in the background we've got two unicorns up. A mother and a child unicorn. So no surprise really when I chose this. The cards that have come out at the end there's a lot of kind of mother-child energy going on, or parent-child energy. This is a week for nurturing actual children and inner children, and kind of stepping into this more gentle, sensitive energy that children need, stepping into the gentleness and kindness. Okay, so we have a unicorn card here. This is one of our theme cards for the week. And we have a healer. And it says, you have the power to help and heal others. And why am I surprised to see a unicorn on the card? These are unicorn cards. Oh my goodness. Yes. So very much a card saying you have the power to help and heal others. I will add, for this particular week, you also have the power to heal yourself. And also, this is a good time to call on Mother Mary to help you heal yourself and heal others. Again, another card that feels very gentle for this week. So this kind of retreat energy may well be just a retreat into our own space. And then as the second card for our theme for the week, I have got the Temple of Balance Oracle cards. It says on the front, guidance from our friends in spirit. And it's got two dolphins. Maybe I should show you. Very, very beautiful cards here. So let's see what our second theme card is from the Temple of Balance Oracle cards. Let's draw a card here, maybe right in the middle. Okay. Let's have a look and see. Oh, we have the Wise Tree. It says, remain balanced and anchored in the here and now. Find wisdom in the moment. What a lovely combination for the theme for the week. So we have healer. You have the power to help and heal others. And I will say again, and yourself in particular for this week. And remain balanced and anchored in the here and now in order to find wisdom in the moment with the Wise Tree. So maybe also a good time to spend some time in nature, spend some time with trees might be really useful at this moment in time. So that was the guidance for the week. What we have left for today is, and I'm going to have to make some space here, we're going to have the Romance Angel Pick a Card. Let's have a look what we will get for that. So as usual, I will draw 3 cards from the Romance Angel deck, and you will be able to choose one or more cards to get a little message from the Romance Angels. Now, if you have one big question, I would suggest you choose just one card and focus on that. Otherwise, you may choose more than one card depending on different relationships in your life, or different people in your life, or different questions about the same people. But often if you can choose just one card, you will get maybe a clearer message. So I'm just having a shuffle here of these cards. I'm going to need to shuffle a bit more. There's something about shuffling cards that takes as long as it takes. It's something you can't rush. And you always get a strong sense of when it's not enough yet and when it's suddenly enough. And then the cards are ready and you're ready. Spirit is ready, and when it all comes together, then suddenly it's quite easy to find the right cards. I love to take cards from different places in the deck. Right, we've got 3 lovely cards. So now is a good time to choose a number. So we've got card number 1 with the rose quartz. We've got card number 2 with the aquamarine. And we've got card number 3 with the marcasite. So now... Apologies. So just as I was talking about this beautiful marcasite, I managed to knock over my phone. Very interesting. I shall meditate on that later on, what that was all about for me. Anyway, I hope you have chosen your card or your cards, and we're going to start by looking at card number 1. So if this is the card you chose, then here is your message. It is safe for you to love. It says, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Now, that resonates a lot with especially the cards we had coming up for the beginning of the week. That was all about lowering our defenses and being more open to allowing the love and the beautiful things in life to come in, allowing people to come closer to us. And it's coming with this beautiful rose quartz, which is very much the stone that is often recommended for children, and therefore also for our inner children. It is a stone that heals our emotions and makes us feel more safe, especially with emotions and relationships. So lovely combination here. Again, this really gentle feeling is coming in for this week. Let's have a look at card number 2. If you chose card number 2 with the aquamarine, here is your message. And it says separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So for some of you, that may mean an actual separation in your relationship. For others, it may be more of a temporary thing. Maybe one of you is going on a business trip or is traveling to meet family or attend an occasion somewhere. Or maybe you have decided to simply give each other a bit more space for a period of time. It is in no means a card saying that there is a permanent separation, but there's some form of separation may be happening for you. And it comes with this aquamarine. The aquamarine goes quite beautifully with the throat chakra. So it can represent a need to speak your truth in this situation. And then if you chose card number 3 with this Marcasite, I will try very hard not to knock my phone over again. If you chose card number 3, here is your message. Calling in your soulmate. It says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So this is very much a card saying now is a good time to really focus on calling in your soulmate. It's a good time to focus on your prayers, your affirmations, and your visualizations. They are helping to bring you together. Whether you've already met this person or whether you're hoping to find this person, this is helping, even if you can't see the physical results of it yet. This is saying keep up the good work. It's definitely working. It's definitely making a difference. And Marcasite is a form of pyrite and can be linked with attracting what you want into your life, or attracting your rewards into your life. So very interesting messages from the romance angels. So we have come to the end of this week's guidance. I do realize we've had a long gap. I really will try very hard not to leave such a long gap again. I do really like to come and bring you these weekly readings. I do not do this full time, otherwise it would be easier for me to fit it in. I do readings as part of my work, but most of my work at the moment most definitely is a different line of work, where I also use all of my spiritual connections and spiritual abilities. So I do these weekly guidance because I really enjoy doing it and because I love connecting with you in this way. I know Facebook isn't always reliable at letting you know when new videos are available. So please also check out my YouTube channel, Indigo Owl. I share all of my videos there. It's been an absolute pleasure to be back here with you. I hope the reading has resonated, at least some of it, if not all of it. If it hasn't, please just ignore it. I hope you have the most amazing week ahead. And I will say namaste and goodbye.